Hey guys, this is John.
And Austin.
As another episode of the Meatgistics podcast, I finally have my co-host back. We've kicked Allie out.
Has it been that long since I was on last time? I don't even remember.
Yes. How long has it been since he's
I wasn't
been
here
on?
last week, but I was here the week before.
Oh, were you really? No, I thought it's been 3 weeks.
Oh.
Either way. Oh, because we recorded one with Travis. Yeah. So we had Allie on Travis, and he really seemed to enjoy that, by the way. Like, I feel like Travis paid more attention to Allie than he did to me. I was in my feelings over here, like, this isn't fun. And then the only thing we did was make fun of me, which I enjoyed immensely because I don't know why. I'm a glutton for punishment.
That's my favorite thing to do.
All right, we've got, and you're very good at it recently.
Oh, man.
All right, we've got two things I want to get to first. We've got an old, like, 1950s recipe drink. Would you rather cover that first, or do you want to cover this first?
Oh, we should do the drink first
Okay.
because then we're gonna need to cover that up. I don't trust that this is going to be good at all.
So Chase, our social media guy, found this old recipe, and it was simple and was for a drink, and it's full of things I like. So I figured we'd give it a try. It is 2 cans of condensed beef broth.
It's 2 cans?
And I have 2 cans of condensed beef broth right here.
Gosh,
Look at that's nice and dark.
Oof.
What did we choose Campbell's for a reason?
Yeah, because it was cheap.
Okay. Just if we're in my mind, like when I hear beef broth, I think it's like, oh, it's like healthy. But the reason it's dark is because they add caramel color. It's not because it's condensed. It's like this is not out of all the beef broths available. I would consider this a not healthy one.
Okay. So it's 2 cans of beef broth. I'm just gonna go right on and ignore that. It's 2 cans of beef broth. 2 cups
You have to get
of
the zero
ginger ale.
Sugar?
I got the 0 sugar one for Austin, and because it's what I drink.
I've drank 2 cans of diet ginger ale already this morning. So,
Really?
Yeah.
So what's your preferred brand? Is it Canada Dry?
Canada Dry.
Okay,
yeah.
Seagram's is.
No, I'd prefer the Big K because it's cheaper, but the Canada Dry tastes better. So
I didn't even know Big K had a diet ginger ale version.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe they just have regular ginger ale.
And this last
but
one,
I don't buy it because it doesn't. Nothing ever tastes the same as the name brand.
No, that is accurate. This last one's one that has me a little concerned. For those of you watching on YouTube, I have some serious cuts on my on my hand, or the outside of my hand, and I've got to get 2 tablespoons of lime juice. So I'm squeezing fresh limes.
We literally have like hundreds of thousands of gloves sitting in the warehouse, and John chooses not to wear one.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Hundreds of thousands might even be low.
Yeah, that's probably
there
low.
could be
There could be millions.
There could be millions.
Yeah. But, yeah, my knuckles are skinned because I got a little aggressive on the heavy bag the other day. Okay.
So he's practicing for that fight we have coming up.
Why? You say I need the gun to...
You need anything that's an advantage for you. You probably need to take it. He's got a gun. He works out every morning. There's a picture of me. Like, what's an action movie where they're like really mad, throwing darts at a guy's face in prison, waiting to get out?
Oh, and that's you?
Yeah, you're. I'm just smiling away like I'm Butters Leopold Scotch or whatever.
Okay. So now we need these 2 tablespoons. We'll see how I do getting this out of here and into there. I'm going to guess not great. Okay. And now...
Wait, that's 1 tablespoon.
No, it's a 2 tablespoon.
Oh, that's weird.
All right, now grab me those cups behind your computer because you're supposed to pour it over ice.
Oh gosh.
What do you mean, gosh? The ice is where you draw the line? Everything was fine until...
No, I'm just taking it all in, man. I don't like any of this. Like, you didn't sift it or nothing, you know? There's no...
No, there might be some pulp in there. Well, hold on.
Dude, that's not good.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. This is going to be great.
It's not what? Not.
Hold on. Need to clarify. Was this supposed to be condensed beef broth?
Sure.
Or just beef broth?
It was condensed, but it doesn't matter.
I don't think we did the right
Down
recipe.
the hatch. Let's go.
Chug, boys. Let's see it. Did you give it a fair shake?
That's not bad at all. I mean, it's not something I would reach for a lot, but...
Tastes better than it smells.
Yeah. I don't get any of the lime, do you?
Go fresh. Pour it on top.
Not really. Yeah, dump some more in.
Just a little top
That's
off.
what it needs. Boys, need some more lime in your beef?
I should have just dumped the whole thing in yours.
I'd have taken it. Dude,
Yeah,
I
let's
love
see.
lime.
What's this drink called again?
the Chase Special. Yeah, it's better with a little bit more lime.
It's okay. It would be better if there was more carbonation left to it. Anything, in my opinion, anything once you put bubbles in it, automatically tastes better. So,
yeah, I'm a fan. The real question though is how much of our daily intake of sodium are we?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, quite a bit.
What's the all right? A whole can is what?
33%.
The whole can's only 33%,
No.
No, the whole can's about 80%
and
of your daily sodium.
Okay.
So, I mean, from what we've drank so far, if we each drank a can, I mean, yeah, we would.
That's 100%.
We do a lot, but
Yeah.
we're only drinking this much. It's 30% of our daily.
Okay. So
You guys are bumming me out.
I'll finish this glass though because I like this.
I had Popeyes last night for dinner, and you're over here talking about sodium intake, drinking ginger ale with 0 sugar, mind you.
And there's 1 gram of sugar in the beef broth, so
Oh,
we've added sugar. 5 grams of protein, though. Well, actually, times the 2.5, so 10, 12, 24, 25 total.
Yeah, but then cut it way down. So all in all, I would say that was actually rather pleasant. I'm a fan of that.
We have different definitions of
I think I'm
pleasant.
going to find more old timey drinks and try and see if I can find something that's people used to drink and is really heinous. Because they drank it because, they had all the beef broth. They needed to do something with it.
We should have tried the beef broth plain.
ugh.
Because I feel like that could be better. I might try this again with a quality beef broth.
Campbell stands for quality. I've got to get rid of this mustache. It's not working to sell the house, and it is firmly annoying me when I'm trying to drink things now.
Scaring people away.
And scaring people away.
Oh, this guy's got a mustache.
See myself in the mirror and I go, no. All right. Other thing we've got up here is our dry cured salami with Italian red wine and black peppercorn. So we use this, our new dry curing cabinet. This is our 135L. It will set whatever, or you can set whatever you want for temperature and humidity, anywhere from 62 to 85 on humidity and from 42 to 72 on temperature. So it works best with a TSPX starter culture so that you can do it all in there. And those have been in there for about 6 weeks now. I added 1% of the product's weight in red wine, dry red wine, a Malbec. And then I just kind of eyeballed some peppercorns. I added too many peppercorns.
No.
You don't think so?
This coming from the guy that overdoes everything, but no.
Well, wait till we get to a portion with a high peppercorn concentration. That's not high.
It's not high. That's like 4 peppercorns.
I know. Yeah, there's some points in here where you taste really just the peppercorn. But as far as texture goes, I would say it's pretty much perfect.
Looks amazing.
Yep. From just a visual perspective, we've got great particle definition. We have really nice fat content. The lean is really nice and bound together. We achieved the perfect drying from what I would say, no case hardening. So, Anna, what do you think of taste? So this is our salami seasoning and then the Italian red wine and the peppercorn I added.
I mean, I don't know how much of the tang and twang comes from the TSPX versus the red wine, but that type of flavor profile really stands out and is really good.
Yeah.
I love it. But
I think if I do this again, which I probably will, also adding the red wine gave us a serious boost in pH drop. I went all the way down to 4.7 in like 48 hours. So normally I'm around like 5.1 after 48 hours. So that red wine really does help get you down to safe levels really quick. You just have to make sure that you're adding your TSPX and the red wine far enough apart in the mixing process. Otherwise, you run the risk of your starter culture getting drunk, basically, and it just won't do anything for a while. So you got to add them. You can either add the wine first and the TSPX later. I added the TSPX first and the wine at the very, very end.
how much protein extraction do you try to get when you're doing this? Not a lot.
I mean, you need some, right? But the tighter you get that bind, the more difficult it's going to be for water to travel from the inside to the outside. That also affects or should play a part in what you choose to grind it as. If you finish on a 1/8 plate, it's going to be much harder for that moisture to escape through. So the chunkier the meat is to a certain degree, obviously I wouldn't recommend you just grind it through a 3/8 plate and go, though I'm sure some do. A 3/16 plate is probably the plate I would recommend you finish on for a product like this. I also definitely recommend that you separate your fat and your lean, and you grind your fat just through a 3/8 plate, because it does give those really nice chunks of fat. Yeah, it looks more traditional.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is pretty delicious.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Timing's always everything, and what is currently in my mouth always tastes better than what I remember elsewise. But put that get up next to about anything else you've made, and I probably would. I'd probably choose that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would disagree. There was that first pepperoni we made that we always talk about, and the word "we" is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. No, nothing. Thought that was funny. Guess not. We always talk about that being kind of the best thing we've made. But I think part of that it was our first thing. We had no idea how it was going to turn out. And it was more like, oh my God, we made something good. I think this is better than that.
A pepperoni, in my opinion, would not have to be as good to be better, just because I personally love pepperoni more. But this, I think, is probably a better product than than the pepperoni we've had. But I could still see myself choosing pepperoni just because I love pepperoni that much.
Yeah, no, I'm more of a salami guy. So.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll snack on this throughout the podcast. A couple other things. Obviously, the cabinet is on sale, or not on sale. It's for sale right now. You can go to waltons.com, get it. We've got some videos coming out on it. We've also got some Meatgistics University courses coming out in the next week or so, based all around dry cured sausage. So it's going to be the history and the basics. Then we're going to go over different casings. Then we're going to go over then we're going to go over starter cultures and other additives, and then how to make. And we'll have a few different products in there, and we'll continue to do different things with this. My long-term goal is to get a prosciutto going in there, but that's a huge commitment. I think we need to wait till early summer to start that so that we can just leave it. Because otherwise, I don't know that I'm going to be patient enough.
Wait, can we use the other one? Is there any reason? Is there a reason we can't run two?
No, just that's the trial unit.
But it's functionally.
It's functionally the same.
We wouldn't change anything.
No,
so.
It's functionally the same.
So why not use two? Because then you can run like something very long.
Yeah, I guess that's a good idea.
Because that's always my concern when we start talking like dry cured or dry aged or anything like that, is like it feels like such a commitment because of the time frame for it.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I don't want to start this because then I can't do that, and then it's like, well, what do you do? So, but if you have two, so lesson to be learned. If you're looking at one, you need to buy two.
Yeah, paralyzed by too many options.
Yeah,
like, there's too many things I want to do, but yeah, that's not a bad idea. I think somebody had designs on that one, so we'll figure that out. Make sure that we are keeping it long term, and then I'll go with that because
somebody had their eyes on that one.
Somebody did. I don't remember who it was or what it was.
Okay, they have to fight me first.
Okay, it was. I believe it was someone in your family. So
no, my dad and brother both have one. Literally, they both have coolers like that in their office already. They don't need another. They've already pulled their owner card. They already have theirs. They're done.
Okay, I'll let you fight that. All right, so a couple other things we're working on right now. Patrick has a trailer coming out. Our Thanks Black Monday sale this year, we're doing it a little oddly. It's going to be a straight sale video, but we filmed a bunch of trailers, like action movie trailers, and Patrick is in the process.
We need more action.
Together.
I think we shot so much fun, like kind of like lighthearted stuff the other day, like dartboard.
And well, me being tied up with a bomb.
That was that was funny. But yeah, it's just a neat way to introduce some characters, and the characters being the items that are on sale and their discount. So
yeah, so there'll be a trailer coming out, and then we'll release the actual video around the time the sale starts. It's gonna be a little bit weird this year because Thanks Black Monday is not in November. It's actually, Cyber Monday is not in November. It's actually at the very beginning of December. So it'll be December 2nd. So that is going to be our December live stream and our Cyber Monday live stream. So we're going to be here for probably 5 hours. We'll have people coming in and out. We do this thing here at work once a month where we shut down early and everybody gets in the classroom and we all eat something and generally play a game or some games. This past week we did Pictionary, which worked really well. Someone had said something about charades for the live stream. I might argue Pictionary is a better way to go about it. And then we split up everything into Team Blue and Team Orange and try it that way. We'll bring in that big board back here. It's Team Blue and Team Orange. There's only 2 of us. So those people will have to abandon their teams and come over to Team Blue.
Whatever.
What a politician answer, trying not to upset the possible constituency.
I don't know. I don't want to say a whole lot because
you're afraid of angering the Team Camo? Yes.
No, I'm letting Team Blue have their moment. Letting you guys think that you're doing your thing, having fun, that you guys can win.
Done?
I know the question is, what have you done?
I've done nothing.
That's a lie.
That's not nothing. That's
No,
not
it is
the
a
lie. That's true. All right, moving on. Allie and I were just on the Flush podcast with Travis. That should be out already by the time you're listening to this. Really good conversation. We spoke for an hour and a half and didn't get through a tenth of the things we wanted to talk about because we kept getting distracted by funny hunting stories and just generally having a good time. There was a lot of laughs had. We possibly have a new show coming out that's called Allie in the Wild. And it will be where Allie takes out prospective beaux or boyfriends hunting. And we will film it. And I will be there for security, crawling around the field somewhere, trying to figure out where I am. And
so it's a hunting dating show?
It's a hunting dating show.
That's cool.
I think that's,
That could legit be a thing.
I think it's a good
And
idea.
then each episode, you just bring a different guy out and talk and then kill an animal and then harvest it. So why have we been trying to push John as the host of anything when Allie's here and she's an actual Walton, you know what I mean? And I feel like by her asking questions about stuff she's maybe not be 100% about, we all learn at the same time instead of just hearing your, take on stuff. What do you think about that?
I'm good with that. I don't want to be on a dating show, to be clear.
Why not?
I think we need to find a way for like an application. We need an application out there that people can apply to be on this. One of the
send in tapes.
Oh my god!
Hey, if you're
make them send in
casting
videos.
calls.
If you're sitting there smoking your cigarette, turn this videotape off because I'm not attracted to smokers.
There needs to be like a list of things. So they have to have land or at least access to large amounts of land. Non-smoker, is that a
if you
non-smoker
hate animals,
Those
you
two
found
things.
the right guy because boy,
can't be squeamish. Yeah. What else is there?
yeah. What are your deal breakers?
6'5", blue eyes, finance.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So-
No, you're not getting that.
So
Taller than 5'5".
there
That's
you go.
it.
That's all
Doesn't
you need to say. Boom. The pool is
Yeah,
still.
taller than 5'5". Said it. I said it. She would like a significantly taller, but she'll get what she gets. So
Yeah, hold on, yeah.
we'll figure out a way for you guys to get submissions in there. So if any of our watchers have sons, nephews in the Wichita or Kansas area, tell them about this idea we have. We're gonna get Allie a boyfriend. All right, moving on. What's that? And they're going to be on a TV show. They'll get their 15 minutes of fame. Weekly cooking live stream is something we're kind of kicking around. I don't know exactly what it would look like. I think it would probably be from my house, right? Yeah, in the evening, like we were thinking Wednesdays, I'd just set up a cell phone and cook a different thing with some Walton seasoning products and just stream it to everything and see how that goes. Yeah, just have fun. My dog will be there annoying everybody and me. And we'll pair whatever we're doing with some yummy, yummy alcohol. Not this.
Does that mean you'll be on like a treadmill while you're doing it too?
No, I'm not going to cardio stream. That's not going to happen. play stupid video games while I'm doing that. So nobody wants. Actually, people do like to watch other people play video games, which makes no sense to me.
So
Like,
you
it's
can,
a
do they
huge
know
thing.
they can play it themselves?
so that costs money. You have to. It's seeing if the game is any good. So you can kind of, if you can't stand to watch someone else play for 10 minutes, how can you play it for more than an hour? So it's kind of vetting out if it's any fun.
So you're watching it before you play the game.
Yeah, kind of. It's there's not a lot of other things you could do that with, right? Like a movie. I'm gonna check this out and see if I like it. No, it sucks.
I don't watch much, but I it depends on what comes through on my feed. Sometimes it goes through waves. Like it's like, hey, you should watch more of this, and then I don't watch any for a while. But I watch some just because I don't play video games. I wish I did. Don't have the time. Can't do it right now. But I can at least get my 5-minute thrill of watching for 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Instead of, because I'd like to sit down and like play for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
But I can't do that. So
No, you don't.
I'll play.
You don't have time for that.
Watch somebody else play for 5 minutes.
I don't have the energy to do it though. Like I'll do it for an hour while I'm on on the treadmill. But if I ever bring my PlayStation upstairs, like I never actually play it. I look at it, I go, I've got other things to do. So it's just like when I'm captivated and have to be on the treadmill. It's the only time I'm really like into.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Meat Matters. This is an opinion article that I thought was fairly good. Obviously, it kind of follows what we believe here. So, is it gone?
I couldn't get to the article.
Why could I earlier? I hate
know.
how the Washington Post does this. So I logged in earlier and it let me in, but luckily I grabbed enough of the article. We can talk about it. But it's from the Washington Post, and it's worried about food prices, break up the U.S. meat cartel. It says big four packers have a stranglehold on the U.S. meat supply. Americans are spending a greater portion of their income on food than they have in decades. In the past few months, the growing outrage over price hikes has been expressed. Sorry, I'm trying to move this around my microphone. In a spate of lawsuits by mega retailers, most recently McDonald's, against giant meat producers, accusing them of price fixing and other monopolistic practices. But even if those lawsuits are settled, it won't be enough to bring prices at restaurants or grocery stores back in line. Domestic cartels have a stranglehold on what we eat, unlike anything we've seen in more than a century, and the federal government needs to enforce antitrust laws to break them up. I'm not going to read any more of it because that would take way too long. But sentiments from that? I mean, my general thought is antitrust laws have been misused and they generally have unintended consequences. Like, who was the first person they used antitrust laws against? Was it Rockefeller?
Railroads?
Standard Oil? I think it was Standard Oil was the first one they broke up, and all it did was created a dozen that did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
if you break up the big four, you're going to then have the big 16, and they're instead of 80 to 85%, they're going to control 90 to 95%.
It depends. I think you get into a complicated area of, do you regulate or not regulate? And people want to be in the middle, but they want to have a free market. They want to have competition, but they want to regulate. And you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Right.
So that's why things don't work, is because we want it to work, but we don't truly do probably what's necessary. We don't really have a free market. We don't have we don't have a government controlled market. We're trying to merge in the middle, and then we get upset when it doesn't work.
Yeah, pushing everything like into the center. Whereas, I mean, obviously a command economy from my perspective is never going to work. But we go totally free and loose and let the market figure things out. That opens itself up to all sorts of corruption that people manipulate the markets because that's what people are going to do. They're going to try and do what's best for them.
Yeah. Which in theory, if that happened, things would get, you could go through a bad period, but it's going to get bad enough that someone else can come in and take over and undercut and still make a healthy profit. And then whoever was controlling everything, they end up losing out. But you have to go through that period of bad times. Otherwise, you get stuck in a probably situation like this where there's four, and it can't really get bad enough to have somebody else come in because they're trying to regulate and control. But nobody else can get into it because of the regulation and control. So you're stuck where you are.
Yeah, you're kind of saying take your medicine.
Yeah.
Like let things get bad enough. I don't know if I feel like dealing with that though.
They're even trying to. I think they're trying to get more people into it by just upping more regulation and government involvement by like you see the grants that keep coming out. Like since COVID, that's been a thing of grants for small processors. And once you start something, it's really hard to stop. And every so often you hear like, hey, there's a new round here. This state has that. This state has this. I think you'll probably see it for a while just because you started. So now how do you stop? But they're trying to get more people to take over some of the market share. So you're not reliant on the big four. But can they get there? Remains to be seen. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you run the risk of doing what's happened to, well, not happened to, but what a lot of farming is in the U.S. It's subsidized, right?
Yeah.
Like I get why they do it, keep food prices low, but once you start pumping money into an industry from a government level, like you said, it's very hard to stop.
Yeah, that's actually a great comparison. I didn't think of that, but it could very much end up like the farm industry where subsidies run everything.
Yep. Awesome. So much fun. All right, we're going to come back to the next story, but I want to jump down to this very bottom one. 1 dead, 49 sickened in E. coli outbreak linked to McDonald's quarter pounders. First of all, I'm sad because anytime I go to McDonald's, the double quarter pounder with cheese is exactly what I get.
I'm on top of this story, dude.
So
you know what it really is. By the way, John's a business journalism. He just doesn't know it. Like journalist rather, but he compiles all these stories and then tells us exactly what's going on. He's just not writing anything down. He would be the best. You could win whatever prize they win for journalists. But anyways, what's really happening is they're pushing their big chicken mac, right? Whatever it's called, Big Mac, but made out of chicken, by telling us that their beef is tainted. Da da da. Right? Come on.
So Patrick,
if you're going to McDonald's, you're just going to slightly change your order. There's only one guy that always, he goes every time, he just gets a Big Mac. Every time he goes. He like owns the record for most Big Macs ever eaten.
Yep.
It's that guy. He gets like 3 a day per day for the last 40 years or whatever. He's probably dead now. But anyways, no, you're just going to, oh, let me try that new chicken Big Mac you got going on there. And it's fantastic, by the way. Just
you've had it.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Have you guys not, you living under a rock?
I've not had it. No.
Yeah, those pictures, how do you think I got pictures of
I
one?
don't know.
I just
I don't know. I stole it
Don't know.
and didn't eat it.
I didn't know till like yesterday that was the thing. The whole chicken,
Big Mac?
The chicken Big Mac.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not just using
Big
crappy
news.
chicken patties. We had this conversation.
Right, which
Like,
is
it's
what I
not-
figured it would be.
Yeah, like they're from their McChicken. No, they're actually using like it's a giant chicken nugget, and there's 2 of them on Big Mac sesame seed buns. So
I've turned down too many opportunities to eat out lately. I had somebody yesterday wanting to eat out today, and I'm like, no, I don't.
we don't
Just
do
can't
that.
do
I don't eat out right
Yeah.
now. That's not what I do. So, yeah, if it deals with food outside,
You're out.
I'm literally living under a rock.
Okay, but my actual thought on this was not the pushing people to the Big Mac. That was your thought. My thought was very suspicious this is coming out. This happens right after, and I mean right after, a week later after McDonald's announces its lawsuit.
Oh, against the Big Four.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So they accuse them of price fixing, and all of a sudden they get tainted E. coli beef for the first time in how long?
I'd wager a lot of money that the beef is not the cause. It's the vegetables on there.
It's E. coli though.
Yeah, E.
Yeah, E. coli.
You get that
It's
from
true.
vegetables just as easy
It's
as
the
beef.
soil.
Yeah, but the beef. Have you ever seen a McDonald's hamburger that
Yeah.
looks even remotely close to undercooked?
No.
I bet they cook those things to 220.
Yeah, that's probably true.
There's no way, unless somebody's really, really screwing up whoever's running the grill that day or microwave. I don't know how they cook
No,
those,
but it's definitely in the supply of something because it's across like 6 different states. Kansas is one of those states. So yeah, it's not just a restaurant undercooking anything. There is somewhere in their process. There's a tainted element to all this.
So if it was the beef, I think it would be more likely that it's a cross contamination issue before it's cooked than it's actually undercooked.
Yeah.
They're probably not undercooking it. So it's either a sanitation issue or it's raw product that you're eating and then it's vegetables. Probably not the beef directly.
Probably not. Okay. Do vegetarians smell different than meat eaters? This is
They don't like bacon, so obviously because the most delicious smelling thing in the world is bacon, right?
not do they smell? It's do they smell?
Oh, like
Yeah.
that's not what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
it's an interesting article. It's written by this lady. She was running and she smelled something really odd, and went on to remember that her dad used to talk about how when he was getting ready for hunting season, deer hunting season, he would stop eating meat for the weeks leading up to it, and he swore that that would like change his mind or change his smell and have more success deer hunting. She was thinking the smell she smelled. She's like, well, could it be a mountain lion's watching me or something? Like, am I smelling something that only eats meat, right? Does it have a different smell? It goes off into some crazy way or in crazy different places, but her father talked to a guy who worked on Project Bat Boy from Vietnam, which was a chemo sniffer. So they literally would use this thing to tell where the Viet Cong were in the jungle. And it could tell or it could smell like, hey, they're over there, you know, like quote unquote smell. I have no idea what that's from.
That's
what
X,
is
X marks the spot.
right? I've got a very, very weird scratch mark on my that I did not notice until this very moment. Sorry about that. Anyways, so based on that, they started doing some different research into what animals can tell the difference between anything that eats just meat and something that eats a mixed diet and something that's just a herbivore. Do you have a guess? You're reading it now, but there's one mammal that it does it way better than any others. Do you have any guess what that is? What mammal that is that can tell the difference better between something that eats just meat and just like veggies and non-meat diet?
And, like a bear?
A human.
No.
Specifically a human female.
What?
Yep. They can smell the difference between somebody who eats just meat and somebody who eats lots of fruits and veggies better than any other animal.
That's crazy.
So they started that. Then they did other tests. And this is the one that I'm most interested to talk about, even though it has nothing to do with meat. Back in like the 70s, they took, or 80s maybe, they took like 30 college-aged females on both sides. These ones were on hormonal birth control and these ones weren't. And they had them smell the sweat of different like types of guys. And it completely changed what they found attractive and what they didn't find attractive.
That's insane.
Uh-huh.
So the first thing I need to do when I get home tonight is ask my wife, like, how do I smell now versus like a year ago versus a year before that? Because my diet has changed a lot over the years.
God, yeah.
Like, that is weird. I just thought, to be honest, I always thought like humans just don't smell like the same that animals do. I would immediately assume that it's an animal of some sort because most of least what I've read and learned, like animals smell 10 times better, 1,000 times better than humans do.
Yep.
So that's just,
but
that's
this
crazy.
Specific thing we're better at picking up on. And then I also wonder, like, 'cause, you know, they say women have more cones and rods in their eyes, so they pick out colors much better than us. I also wonder if they actually just have more smell receptors than we do,
Maybe.
Specifically for like mate choosing.
It's interesting.
No, pretty crazy. She says yes.
Thumbs up from Allie.
I need to stop putting on deodorant ASAP is what you're telling me.
No, you're already married. You're good.
If I'm a single guy, I need to stop putting on deodorant.
I don't know.
It
if I
probably
would go
depends
that
on what you're eating.
route.
Are you eating something that makes you smell good or smell bad? I don't know.
The one diet that they all picked as their least favorite was simple carb heavy. So like people who ate a lot of sugar, a lot of junk food, all of the women were like, that guy smells bad.
I go up to them and go, do you like fruit? And lift my arm
Patrick
up
is
to their
presenting
nose.
his armpit to prospective women.
Get a whiff. Oh, come on. This is what you like.
All right. OSHA puts meat and poultry under its wing to protect all employees. First of all,
No. We don't need this. I don't know where this is going, but I don't like it.
never knew that meat processing facilities were not under OSHA. Did anyone else know that?
Duh, dude.
No. Nobody knew that.
Everybody knows that. Man.
So it says new occupational safety and health administration guidance goes beyond poultry barns to cover all animal slaughtering and processing facilities. Previous OSHA guidance only applied to poultry establishments. The USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Services is in poultry plants, but isn't charged with the safety of poultry employees. That's where OSHA comes in. I mean, I can't believe that there wasn't already OSHA in the meat processing plants. Think about one of the more dangerous jobs you can, I mean, there's oil worker, obviously there's fireman and police officer and military, but there is a lot of very sharp stuff moving at very quick rates in there.
I'm assuming that basic OSHA guidelines have still always applied. I'm assuming that they weren't OSHA exempt before.
So, what do you think this means then?
It's MOSHA.
More nitpicky.
The new inspection guidance for animal slaughtering and processing establishments is intended by OSHA to reduce injuries and illness resulting from occupational hazards in all meat and poultry processing facilities through outreach, compliance assistance, and enforcement. OSHA claims meat and poultry workers suffer serious injuries at double the rate of other workers. According to OSHA, the rate of carpal tunnel syndrome in the industry was more than 7 times the national average. That makes sense. That makes sense. You're working with... See? It's hard not to laugh sometimes.
They're joking.
Oh, he's... They have machines that do that.
They got carpal tunnel.
Okay. All right. Hold on a second. I want to address something. Last week, I laughed at a very unfortunate story, and it was just my way of dealing with the horror of it.
Crikey.
I didn't find it funny that that woman got eaten by a crocodile. It's just the horror of it.
Classic.
Made me laugh.
Classic.
I apologize for that. I'm sorry.
He's going again. He's getting me going.
But yeah, no. So OSHA is going to be stepping further into meat processing plants. I wonder what that's going to do to costs. This is definitely going to cause some
it's not going
labor
to help
issues.
them.
It's not going to lower them.
Or maybe it ultimately does because it could remove people and lead more to automation. But then some of that makes it even harder. I mean, they're trying to prop up small processors, not just enable the big four.
Right.
But that will enable the big four if you just push more automation.
Do you remember about 3 years ago, we got that video of the automated rack moving all the salami all around the processing plant? I took it right from the linker. It went on by a robot, got moved by a robot into the smoker. Smoker was all set. Like, it was completely, there were no humans there. That plant wanted like absolutely no notoriety with who they were. I bet in the next couple of years we start seeing processing plants like advertising limited human involvement.
We need to find a big plant to get you in because it's been years now. But I went to one where they were doing kielbasa and it went from the stuffer, like someone was actually manning the stuffer, but even the stuffer runs some automated. It's not like when you're making sausage and you're doing the linking and everything. It's running out. You still have to have somebody run it, but then it's putting on smoke sticks. The smoke sticks are going on an auto conveyor oven. It goes in, it comes out. Someone doesn't touch it from the stuffer until the time it's like they're at a roll stock machine, and someone's then individually put in the roll stock. But that whole process in the middle, like fully automated conveyor oven, it's really cool. But
John, I disagree. I don't think they're going to put the words human on anything, especially packaging wise.
That's a fair point. That is a fair point. There's some room for some miscommunication there for sure. All right. Moving on to Wildcard.
Wildcard.
We've got 2 stories today because I was limited.
okay, do not laugh. Do not laugh.
No. He can laugh, but it can't stack up to him being like the worst person of all time.
Okay. I thought he was telling me he was about to do something and I was not allowed to laugh. Okay.
When you talk about someone got hurt, just don't start laughing.
I don't think anyone got hurt in either one of my stories today.
Oh.
Man kills mountain lion with shovel in Colorado.
I don't think
Nice.
anyone gets hurt.
What are you talking about? Nobody gets hurt.
Nobody.
He kills a mountain lion with a shovel.
Mountain lions are living things.
But I said nobody.
They're
A
not a
mountain lion's
body.
not a person.
Body.
Nah.
All right, a man used a shovel to kill a mountain lion at a campground in Fremont County last weekend.
It's coming right for us.
CPW said they were called to a campground west of Canyon City on Saturday. The officer arrived and found a man who had the body of a lion on the hood of his Jeep,
Come on, this is
which is 100% what I'm doing.
This is a sequel to Mystery Men, right? With William H. Macy. His character had a shovel.
What was he called?
The shoveler.
Was it the shoveler?
I don't know.
I think it was the digger. The man told the officer he'd killed the mountain lion the night before after it approached him and his dog while they were outside the recreational vehicle. The man said his dog, a husky, began growling and barking as the cat approached. The dog engaged the lion when it got within about 10 feet. That's when the man said he grabbed the shovel and hit the lion in the head, killing it. He one-shotted it.
Nice.
I don't know. Do you think this story really happened as he said it, or it's like?
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Get out! Where's the shovel?
The wildlife officer's preliminary finding is that the man feared for his life and acted in self-defense due to the lion acting extremely aggressive and unusual. The mountain lion that was killed was a female and weighed around 95 pounds. The cat had an injury to its right front paw and scratches on its back, according to the wildlife official. The lion's body was sent to animal health lab for necropsy.
Nice.
No one got to eat the thing?
The
Come
only
on.
downside of this story is that nobody got to eat the mountain lion
that we know of.
Right, that we know of. The lab might be having awesome backstraps right now. It's possible. But, I mean, man, that's a man.
That's a dude.
That is, right? The best part of the story, other than the one shot, like he killed it with one shot to the head, is that he had it draped over the hood of his Jeep.
Yeah.
He's just like, yep. It's right here. I did that.
Oh, man.
I love that idea.
I would have been like, I gotta touch it now. Dude, side story. Went to the yard the other day. I go, where's my other dog? I have 2 dogs. One of them's at the, I go, where's the other dog at? And I gotta walk around, stepped in dog poop, but got immediately distracted when I see a dead rabbit in the yard. I go, oh my God, gotta go get a shovel or something. No, I don't have a shovel readily available. I have a pooper scooper and a rake. So I'm sitting there
Oh, no.
like Peter Griffin with the frog. Once again, me and a dead animal just trying to pick it up. Oh, by the way, the kicker is has no head. Its head is like just been not clean, but just been ripped apart, and it's not there anymore. I looked the yard.
Do you have a cat?
No, but I looked it up. It's like either an owl or a hawk or something. Because my dogs, I mean, they were like afraid to approach the thing. They go, "What the hell is that?" I don't know.
We're not
what's
wild
going on.
animals.
Yeah. So took care of it. But gosh, you think you see some stuff until you see some stuff. You know what I mean?
A dead rabbit is some stuff.
Dude, its guts were hanging out of it. And then hold on, when I prop it up and I can't get it in the bag I'm going for, and it falls out, it's sitting there looking at me. Or not looking at me.
How is it looking at you?
Not
It's
looking
propped
at you.
up
Go
as
ahead.
if it's like my, and it's talking to me like I'm in Pet Cemetery or something like that.
All right. Surfer dies
I thought no one was getting hurt today.
in the first one.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not laughing. Surfer dies after swordfish impales his chest.
He's trying not to look at his face.
Jump.
Tributes have been made to a surfer who died after reportedly being impaled by a swordfish in Indonesia.
Did you read this guy happened to throw javelin himself? You wouldn't have, because I just made that up.
Okay. Gilli Manfrini from Turin in northern Italy had been surfing the waters around somewhere all day before the incident on Friday. 2 witnesses are said to have tried to provide first aid, who was later taken to a medical center after a swordfish struck her in the chest.
Ugh.
James Colston, who set up travel agency with Miss Manfrini, said on Instagram, even with the brave efforts of her partner, local doctors couldn't be saved. The information we received from the head of Southwest, whatever, was that an accident occurred. Unexpectedly, the swordfish jumped towards her and struck her right in the chest. How bad does your luck have to be? Do you remember the one we saw where the whale was just coming up and nailed the windsurfer?
That's what that word.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I mean, you can imagine, though. That's pretty intense,
So we have the video. It was like a surf cam all the way up on the beach, and you could just see this whale come up and hit something. And then the guy had his GoPro, and this huge, big whale just comes up and whacks his whole surfboard, or like windsurfing board, takes him out.
The dude.
That's got to be petrifying.
Yeah.
This is worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'd rather get taken out a whale. It's more manly.
In bad ways to
Swordfish.
go, this is pretty bad.
Yeah, it sucks.
That guy survived. The
did he?
the kite
Okay.
surfer, windsurfer.
What
whatever.
happened to the swordfish?
I don't think it made it.
Why not?
I
Just
assume
pull
it
it out
was
and throw it
stuck
back
in
in the
her?
water? No, they just
You think it
wiggling around.
wiggled
That's
out?
probably what made
Oh,
it
yeah.
worse.
Yeah,
a-
it probably opened the wound.
Yeah, dude just said.
How big was it? So now I have a new thing to be afraid of in the ocean.
Oh, the whole ocean itself.
I was just flat afraid of the ocean from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, there's
That's
more.
why.
There's more. There's more than just sharks.
You
there to
look
be
off
scared
into
of.
space and you're just thinking
I
about
was
how
thinking about
terrible the
yeah.
ocean is.
Just, ugh.
Like he's had experience with that moment where I was in the ocean.
Because on
and
the
this happened.
USS Indianapolis.
Yeah.
No.
Do you not even get that creepy feeling where like you jump into the middle of a lake, you can't see what's underneath you, you don't know what's down
Yeah.
there.
The only time I go into water that's not a pool is when I've been drinking. That is period. End of story. Yet I
pool?
am not a sober river swimmer, not a sober lake, certainly not a sober ocean swimmer.
Dude, I was.
But once I get a few drinks in me, I become pretty fearless.
I was in Houston, Texas, at an ice house. They have an in-ground pool, right? Swimming and having a great time, and then they go, "Oh yeah, by the way, we've caught alligators or crocodiles back here before." And I go, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Not in the pool, but like. He goes, yeah, that point, like he's pointing at the grass they
right
caught
there.
it in, and then shows me a photo of it. And so then the next day when I'm just jumping in the pool, I go, what's down there? Oh my, it's shadowed. You know what I mean?
not good.
I had this fear in the middle of Kansas that a shark was in an above ground pool with me. Now I'm in a place where there's actual critters that can eat me, and I'm in the pool with it. So what do you think I did? I got out of the damn pool.
I like that we're talking honestly now about other people being afraid of sharks in pool.
Oh,
Because I feel
dude.
like I was the first brave one to be like, this is a fear of mine, even though it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
And now
Everyone feels that.
me opening up has allowed others to express their fear.
But now I'm at, but fear, I don't know, that's a real thing. He showed me the proof. You know? That's crazy. No one's showing you a picture of a shark in Kansas though.
No, but you just said you were afraid of it too.
Yeah, but I was also a child at that time.
That's fine.
Pools, I'm more afraid of snakes in pools. You
Oh.
never seen or found a snake in a pool?
I mean, I've seen it, but
Yeah, that's what terrifies me. But I'm more scared of snakes than most things. So
that's true.
You know what's funny about a snake though? Like after it bites you, you can still grab it and then kill it really quick.
Right, yeah.
Everything else that we're afraid of though, it's like, no, it's over.
You're done.
You still get your shots in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm more afraid of getting eaten alive than envenomated,
Oh man.
bit by something venomous.
I saw a video
Don't know how you
of a
say that.
simulation of a person getting swallowed by a shark, and that was too much for me. But we share the same thing where like we both got startled by the shark in Ocarina of Time
Yes.
on Zelda.
Yes, I
on
didn't like that.
N64.
I still think about that.
I'm like, oh, let's
was
go
bad.
let's go swim down. Oh my god!
Yeah, you go in this little. It's this Nintendo 64 video game from like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And you go in this little area underneath water, and you turn around. And there's a cage, and there's a fairly realistic great white shark with its mouth
Fairly
open right
realistic.
there.
I can't wait to show you to see how fake it
It was
is.
very realistic for the time.
Yeah, it's just
And
the
I
worst
just remember going,
pixelated
"Oh,
photo
oh."
of
My
a
heart
great
was-
white shark.
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
It's the best.
I'm easily startled. All right, got anything else?
Nope.
All right, guys, we'll be back next week. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for checking out the Meatgistics podcast. To shop everything but the meat, head on over to waltons.com. To get your meat processing questions answered by experts and enthusiasts alike, head on over to our online community at meatgistics.com. Waltons, everything but the meat.